Alright folks, welcome and good evening. We are musicless at this point, but I do have like an 8-second track that I will probably add to this little spiel. I didn't want to talk about anything. I just wanted to grab the scenery, this beautiful scenery over here. I mean, where else are you gonna find shit like this? I mean, it's a beautiful road. Go ahead. That's how you drive, guys. You just let everyone go at the stop sign. Come on. So, where are we? I don't even know. My chapters, everything got misaligned. It's misaligned, but like lame. So it's misaligned. That's the new term. It's the new meta for 2026. Misaligned. This is so misaligned. Alright. Let's get back to 101 Real Talk. Where are we at, guys? Where are we at? What are we doing? What's the vibe? What's viral? What are we doing? Help improvement. Self-improvement. Okay, let's go. Self-improvement. What are we doing this year that's going to be self-improvement? Alright? Here's the thing. We just need to focus on ourselves, okay? And what that includes or entails is due diligence on the self. So we're going to be respectful of our own self. We're not going to let anything frustrate us. I broke my Frappuccino, my Starbucks Frappuccino in the garage today. Even though I was forewarned that it's going to fall out of my pocket 3 times because I dropped it 3 times in the kitchen when I was picking things up off the floor every time I dropped it. And so it broke. I didn't get mad. I was upset, but I didn't get mad. There's a difference. Don't get mad, because then you're throwing everything off. So, what we gotta do, guys, is we gotta conglomerate and really fixate on ourselves and holistically just be good. Get a routine going. Don't make a schedule. Get a routine going. Get your things in line that you want to do with yourself, for yourself, before you go to do your things like work or dedicated errands that are part of your lifestyle. Like if you have an elderly parent, you gotta go visit them every day to take care of them, whatever, if it's basic needs or more than that, like a live-in care, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Once you get accustomed to doing the things for yourself first, having the freedom with the rest of the day, knowing that you don't need to do anything for yourself, allows you to do things with less heavier of a mindset. So when a problem arises, it's easier to solve because you're not pressuring yourself. Oh, this needs to get done because I need to go home and do my workout, and then need to read my book, and then I need to study, and I need to do my homework. Why don't you wake up at 3 in the morning, do all of those things first, and then get the hell out of the house to go for work, do your classes. When you come back, you don't do anything but do a shutdown sequence and go to bed. So if normally you're going to bed at 12 o'clock, you're going to bed now at 9. And so you're waking up earlier because now that creative mindset in the morning is more vital. You don't need to be doing construction in the morning like that. You don't need to be brushing your teeth. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to waste your precious morning hours doing that stuff. Because then you end up wasting your time doing something else because it was out of sequence. Everything has to be, you're going downstairs, bring everything you need in that one trip downstairs. Set yourself up. Don't be walking up and down the stairs. Hold yourself accountable to it. Start putting the pressure on yourself before the pressure gets put on externally by something else. Because time is only limited. I've noticed that period of sanctuary is like a roller coaster. You have a good one and you have a bad one. You know what I mean? Is he gonna take it? Come on, you fucking asshole. You stupid. You stupid. I flashed to let him go, and he didn't want to take it. So I don't understand what he's doing. So many missed opportunities. So don't be like that guy. He probably was on his phone and I couldn't see because of the glare. So what do we got over here? What do we got over here? What is that? What is that? Oh, that was a what was that? It was a I know the name of the car too. Wow, I'm tripped. I forgot the name of that damn car. All right, I have 2 ways to go. I can, oh no, I cannot make the left. So we have only 1 way to go. Yep. Oh my God, there's so much traffic. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Oh my God, there's so much traffic. What are we doing over here? What are we doing over here? What are we doing over here? So what I was saying before is like, you have like that opportunity, right? If you could be that person, let's say, you know, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do, what would it be? What would you do? That's the question you have to ask yourself to get somewhere. What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? If that time came, what would you do? Think about it. What would you do? What would you want to do? I thought I was going to want to climb mountains. Like, yeah, Mount Everest, 8 peaks, whatever. I'm going to do it. And then I had to work outside, and then it snowed. And then I had to work outside and shovel my driveway all in one day. And then I had to come home and shovel my friends and neighbors' driveways. And then I had to come home and shovel my grandparents and my father's, dad's, all that. So at that point, being out in the cold for so long, yeah, there were a few times where I got cold, like really cold. And you could either call it quits. And then I thought about this guy that like kind of woke up from the dead. He was packing snow into his jacket when he was found. He had snow packed in his jacket. That's a state you reach in hypothermia. And you know, he already had frostbite. So he was like laying still for like 16 hours. And then all of a sudden he just like got up with the arm over his head and he's like, I'm coming home to my kids. And he got to base camp, which was like 400 yards away. So he was so close yet so far. But like on a person that had to walk on frost-bitten feet and legs, like think about that. I mean, he just moved whatever muscles, like I don't even know how real the story is. That's how crazy it is. So, you know, it's like, what's a little bit of a few degrees colder than normal? And you slowly use your mind to acclimate the body to the cold. I mean, it's still real, but the longer you're out, the more accustomed you are to being cold. And then you can also use your own body as a furnace, so you can work faster to heat up, and then the warm blood will get to the fingers, hopefully, so you're not going to be completely frozen. But it's hard to get your toes and your hands warm, right? You know what I mean? When you're just shoveling snow and you're holding a cold stick, essentially. So that's where we're at, guys. That's where we're at. And then I had to cross off mountaineering because that was like stupid. Like, who wants to freeze to death because they took a chance? Like, yeah, scaling the hardest side of Mount Everest where there are only like 13 people ever. I mean, only, and then one guy tried to snowboard or ski down it, whatever. I think it was a snowboard. I think he snowboarded down the hardest face of Mount Everest. Yeah, no one ever saw him after that. So what I'm trying to get at is, what would you do with that time if you had that time? If you had that one chance, one opportunity, would you sit and let it slip by, or would you take it? So, oh yeah, this was always a fun road. I mean, too bad this got so much salt on it. I was really like sliding over there, so I'm not gonna do anything. But what would you do? What would you do? What would you freaking do, bro? Like, what would you do? 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 Think about it. What would you do? Okay, being an astronaut, too damn dangerous. Like, no freaking way. Nope. Extremely dangerous. I mean, I don't know where that guy was going, but all right, we'll give him the room. I'm a big car, I gotta go. Like, come on, bro. Like, what the hell was that? Thank God he's making a right, because I don't want to deal with people like that. I really don't want to deal with people like that. So we're trying to get to the highway. Don't mind the stupidity. Drive slow and careful. That's the objective. Now, there's also something very interesting in the news. This guy got 103 years for molesting a girl, and then the judge reduced it to 18 years. And then it was a guy front page and the picture was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I don't even know if I took a picture because I was just too bewildered. I mean, the headlines read out of outrage at reduced sentence or whatever, outrage as a reduced sentence or something like that. But I forget what the first word were. They didn't call it victim. Jesus fuck. We're just not gonna talk about that. I mean, I don't normally get intimidated, but that was pretty intimidating. The fact that there's snow already and it was tight, and I'm not trying to get like damage from this grimy snow over here. Freaking whatever. And then you got to be careful, because if you somehow touch the right side with both your tires, you could start like, your car could actually push itself more if you're giving it gas into the snow, because you're losing traction. And if you have good traction and you're speeding, you could actually speed into the wall of snow. So just like words of advice, don't be speeding into like, oh, especially if you're like gonna overtake someone, don't like overtake someone like half snow and half dirt, because then you'll just drive into the snow, because the wheels will push you into the snow while they're on the pavement, and then the wheels in the snow are gonna be dragged and are gonna slip and reduce, so you're gonna like literally turn into the snow. So just don't overtake people in the snow, even if you're trying to go like 10 miles over. Just like, I mean, unless you have like a Jeep or something. Whatever, side note, over. I mean, I'm starting to regret going here because like people are not good drivers, and this is like a road where it's like both people need to be paying attention and respectful. Interesting, that house completely being built. All right. So, what would you do? Okay, let's see. They said coal miners make like almost like 220 or 160. But dude, that's like kind of crazy. Like you're in 4 to 6 feet of like height. Like you can't even stand if you wanted to. I felt that suction. I felt it. So, underwater welding, too dangerous. I mean, airline pilots, the licensing too expensive. Can't afford it. We can segue into it. Like this guy, he's a pilot for Stephanie or one of whatever, and it's the husband actually, and he's piloting them. He's like flying his own airplane because it's a private jet, and then he's like, you don't understand, like I have to still go back to the office, like this is not my main job. And it's like he's a lawyer, so I mean like I don't know if he owns the firm or what, but like the fact that he can fly his own airplane, that's where we're at. Okay, that's the kind of millionaire you want to be. All right, not that you have to go back to the law, but like, you know, maybe he enjoys that. Maybe he really enjoys doing trials, and he's so good at it that it's easy, and he just loves doing it. It's like a cup of tea for him. Like girls gotta talk and catch up with their girlfriends. Like that's what he does. Like he wants to catch up with what's going on in the court systems, and let's see which way I can penetrate. You know, he's like an old Benjamin Franklin, just new aged. And you would only, you know, reasonably understand that when we do look back on history, these 4 founders, every person that was relatively anybody was somehow successful. I mean, you had this George Washington, and then you had this other George Washington, and one was black and grew peanuts, but you know, he became very well known for peanuts. He was the one who created peanut oil, so to say, invented, I mean, because like he technically, you know, made it, so he technically created it, so he technically invented it. I don't like to think of making things in the world like as inventing, like ice cream was invented or created. I think you would side with the word created more than invented, but both are acceptable. When you're trying to say invent, you're giving like copyrighted, you know what I mean, like copyrights to the person, you're accrediting them. And then we have all this bias, right, in this world. Yo, get into the freaking road, bro. That was dangerous, guys. This is why you gotta be careful. And all of this could be black ice. So fucked up. Oh, my bad, my French. So, you want to look at things half full too. You don't want to be reckless and my glass has always been half empty. You know what? Be happy that it's not been empty completely, because some people get an empty glass. They really do. Some people really do. And then Pocket FM. I gotta give it up to them. I was in a mood of a killing, and I got uplifted because I was listening to their Dragon Pets story, and I was driving, so I couldn't switch because it was on YouTube. I couldn't click my AirPods and stuff, so I wouldn't fast forward the YouTube. It would actually pause and play my music or so, or do something stupid. So I was just whatever, stuck listening to it. Better than hearing the heater and the stupid suspension. And the story was, this kid had these two pets, and he was like in the open whatever, like recess for the university of like special, I don't know, creatures like Harry Potter mixed with Fantastic Beasts or whatever. And like Harry Potter too, like, you know what I mean, like kind of thing. And he had this personality of being very meek, and so he didn't have a lot of money. He came from the mines, ironically, we were talking about it. So what we concluded was that these kids were all rich and they bought these pets, and these pets are all special and would listen to these, you know, people. And you know, obviously there would be like mythical and legendary and rare. And so he obviously didn't even have very special creatures. He somehow got them for free. They chose him in the wild, so they got bonded in the wild. And they had this competition, and you know, this princess comes over in anticipation for the competition, and she denounces that she's going to give away her legendary bear. And she's like, I'm gonna give away my bear to the person with the weakest creature. And everyone looked at this kid that obviously had the two weaker creatures, which was like a dragon phoenix kind of bird, and what did he got? What else would he got? God dang it. The spider. Yes, the spider, the mighty spider. So from there, he got, dingus, I'm not gonna make it. But dingus! Bomingle dingus. Bomingle dingus, fingus mingus, dingingus, kang gingalingus, dangingalingus mingus, bingus bongis. Dangungis mingis bongis tangis kangis kungis. Kingus ningus kangas nagas diggings bungas kangas tangas kungas kangas tingis tangas mangas kangus kungis kingis kangas kanga tungi kangi kingi mongo kangi kingi kongo koko laka kaka taka poko taka taka minaka la kala kola ko patakala lo ma shut them pompale kada yo pampaki takila mahak hoito kokolo popala hoito pompala ponna panina panabit ko poni ngana hote kung katinga con chỉ cái này trong cái lão má cả là còn mà cái là còn mới tới cái kia bọn con phải đi công bó này chỉ là mà nó mình cứ tệ cứ khô tệ ha ô xin khó ha thì ăn tệ khi ha tình cả ha hi ngô xin ha là ha có ha còn nín ngáo nhả ha cả là cả có là cụ cái có cả mà này là chỉ có cái con trắng không nhớ những chuyện hoàn bên nhỏ toàn những cái sân khung phần những cái này mà cái cặp cái đi cả lại cái lắm cái là mình cái không boleh kaman lagi mà đánh cả một cái lại cái thứ thì các bạn tới bung pa lại hôm nay kaman này rồi tăng cái này rồi mà hôm nay là bát bát cùng cái Alright, so now we're going the highway, my way. Let's go. We're just gonna relax right here. We're gonna turn on cruise control with the steering lane assist, with the lane keep assist, with the lane split assist, mist, kissed, bist, fist, mister, lister, kissed, bista, malaka, like boonka, like kalamanaga. Alright. I love how the active steering is pushing me into the freaking left lane. Like, I am not trying to turn into the lane. So what would you do, alright? I don't know, but like being a programmer on your own private yacht in the middle of the Mediterranean where you can like fish your fish from the freaking side of your yacht, that sounds pretty nice to me. So gotta learn. Oh no, did I pick the traffic way? I picked the traffic way. God dingus mingus bobingus. Ah, bobingus mingus. Bobingus mingus. Bobingus mingus. Bobingus mamingus. Bobingus mamingus. Freaking nuts, man. Freaking nuts. Nuts. Oh man, this is so not good. 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 So what would you do? I don't know. This guy trying to merge over here. So I don't know. But the thing is, you got to think of that too. And you got to think about what would you want to do. And then go to school for that. Do what you really want to do. You want to learn art? You want to paint? Go learn how to freaking paint in an art school. Don't worry about it. Because you know why? I'd rather have a debt, but be able to do what I love doing. And then not have to worry about it. It's just too much for me right now. It's like, you know, you do this job and this job is only helping the guy that's owning the business become his dream. So like everyone that's like working at Tesla is like making Elon Musk's dream more of a success. Everyone that works as Microsoft was making Bill Gates' dream. Everyone that was working at Apple was Steve Jobs before, you know. I mean, obviously it was the other guy too, but he sold his shares before he can gain equity in it. He's like, I'm gonna cash out right now. Damn, son, I might as well just come back to this lane and merge into the freaking traffic. Wait, why is the exit traveling faster than the rest of the traffic? Normally it's this lane that's like going slow as hell. Alright, whatever. I can turn on the heat, but like then I'm gonna hear this. No, now there's traffic again. Now there's police. What's going on? Yo, what? Checkpoint, no. Just what? Let's go. What is this, an accident? We gotta go incognito. I can suck it up and get behind this truck, or I can go behind that truck. This guy just gave up. This guy just gave up? Did he got rear-ended? What's going on? That's how you do it, guys. That's how you do it. I don't know why the ambulance just changed lanes, but whatever, I'll take it. There's gonna be a lot of traffic here anyway, so I don't know. Poop nickels. So what we're gonna talk about is what would you do if you were successful already and you had, like, let's say you already can retire. What would you go do? And we already crossed off going to space, underwater welding, mining, and what was the first one? I forgot. Doesn't matter. So obviously owning a construction business is not going to be the immediate, like, you know, success. Oh yeah, I want to go to site and buy materials and do Home Depot runs because we didn't buy the right amount of materials, and then have to supervise everything, and then have the managers skimp off the top and make projects on the side under their own, you know, name and bank account, and then I'm missing hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of work and clients and all this. No. Owning a restaurant, no. You got to worry about people doing all these stupid closing procedures, and they're never gonna pull out the oven and clean it. So then you gotta have security cameras, and you have to pay someone to watch, and then come out and be like, yo, do your job, stop smoking a cigarette. It's been your 10th one this day. Every 10 minutes you're out smoking a cigarette. Like, that's it, we gotta let you go. So it's not even that, like, everything becomes, nothing is a success story. So choose what will bother you the least if you don't know what you want to do. So where are we at that? And then you work backwards. How do I get that? What do I do? Are there required things I gotta take? What are the prereqs? So obviously with money, a lot of things can be more fluid. But then there's your act. So what about my act? Well, what is your act? Like, are you really expecting a raise if you're driving around throwing your cigarettes out in the freaking, you know, side of the road? If you're polluting and being negligent in your due diligence, do you really think you earned that reward from life to give you that promotion or that raise that you know, even though you're a hard worker? And then you complain because someone comes in under the gun, and all of a sudden, you know, they're like their pet, and then they get your position, or they get the raise, or they get whatever. And then you're confused why life threw such a crazy curveball. And then it's like everything's a story at that point. Everything can be a reality. Everything could be a twist of reality. It's so, like, what is this? Like, this is where we're at. This is where we're at over here. Like, this is where we're at. Like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, why you gotta do that to me? I gotta waste so much of my gas. Freaking crazy dumb lady. There's like so much freaking traffic over here. So, you know, like that guy talking about styrofoam containers out his window. So I really want to gap that truck, but I'm not going to do it. Then now it says road work ahead. So now I'm going to be speeding in a work zone. And I said I'm not gonna do anything stupid. So I already did something stupid. It was completely unnecessary. I killed almost half a quarter of a tank just driving back and forth. No freaking way. What is this Pumpernickels? Yo, what in Bar Nation is this convoluted bullshit? Oh my god, dude, what the hell is this? What am I witnessing right now? What am I witnessing? 20 minutes? Am I witnessing 20 minutes? Am I witnessing 20 minutes? I'm witnessing 20 minutes. Damn, bro. Alright, maybe it stays at 37. I'm not seeing a lot of brake lights. So we're chilling. We're chilling at 25 miles an hour. Alright. Dude, that's ugly. That just looks ugly. Like, that just looks freaking ugly. Like, don't tell me that doesn't look ugly. Oh my god. I think we were at 1. So, back to what we were talking about. I'm so sorry this is such a long one. I'm tediously expelling it from your ears. But I'm here without heat, so bear with me. It's a sacrifice we're both making. So, what are you waiting for to start? To start doing good or being right? It's like, what else are you waiting for? Because if you had the thing that you wanted, how would you be acting? And then you have to think about that and be like, oh, do those things that I would be doing for that thing that I would want now, so then I would actually get the damn thing that I want. It's that simple in life. You just start building on the little steps that would get you to the thing that you want. Oh yeah, boy, let's get it. It's that simple. I figured it out for you people. So, like, I don't know how else to say it. And then after that, what you want to be like doing is like, yo, vamos, online compone. And everything will just fall into place. Because like this lane, I'm not fighting the traffic. I'm just going with the Nitro Logistics, boy. Nitro Logistics is getting me there, boy. We're back at 1. So that is the thing I'm talking about, is simply like, get your acts together. Get your acts together. But no, seriously, check out this crazy cloud coverage. Like, look at that purple neon almost crashed into the truck. All right. So this is where we're at, guys. This is where we're at. I mean, there's a lot of space, so I can hop into any one of these and cause more traffic for myself. I mean, it's risky. It's risky. Okay, this is it. This is it. This is no man's land. This is no man's land. This is no man's land. Man. Bale, male, male, ooh. Bale, bale, male, ooh. Bale, male, male, ooh. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it right here. I'm not cutting the bus off. The bus has to go up the hill. Dickwad. He got so mad because what? He couldn't do it? Because what? He couldn't do it? Because what? He couldn't do it? Oh, because I was going slow as hell? I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. There was traffic in front of me as well, so it's not like I would have been the only one. Alright, I'll suck it up and I'll just eat this right here. I'll eat this right here. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna cut it in front of the Mercedes-Benz and all that. Oh, there's someone else behind me too. I guess that's what that was. The guy behind me was beeping. Okay, I see. He got mad. All right, so that's the thing. I already told you that. So what else? What else do you want? Well, all right. So maybe go back to that analogy I was talking about. Like what? Here, listen. Right? You wake up, you want to be this person with these things, whatever it is, a Lamborghini, a mansion, a hot wife with a monster truck, whatever it is, you know, an LA mansion with the boy toy, as you know, whatever for you girls, a mountaineering helicopter pilot, whatever. Like if it's something physical, like, oh, I want to be like the best athlete, whatever, you can start by becoming physically more fit, and then you can segue into something else. There was a guy that became a football player after he was a baseball player, and then he like did tennis or something, or some third sport, I have no idea, and he was really good until like he died. I don't know what happened, but maybe, I don't know. So, you know, sad. But you becoming the bulkiest basketball player is not a bad thing if you have the height. I mean, if you're like 5'4" and you're like trying to be a basketball player, like, yeah, that's not gonna work out. Like, then don't try it. But if you're like 6'8" and you're trying, maybe that extra would make you a rock. And when people try to blitz or body check you, they're checking themselves because you're a freaking wall. You know what I mean? And then you can take that into like hockey, and then boom, you're like really good because you've been practicing ice skating. So, you know what I mean? Once you become good and you can be a professional at something, you can start using that income to invest into yourself for something else. So a lot of people stop at one thing, and then, you know, that's a lifetime too. You got to understand, some people can only handle living one lifetime. You know, that's like having one kid, one marriage, one house. Imagine some people move like 12 times. Some people divorce 12 times. Some people have 12 kids. So that's like 12 lifetimes on top of already living a lifetime. So each little thing adds a different life stretch because some people didn't even experience a glimpse of what you have. And so you have to bring everything together and help yourself be aligned with what's truly yours, you know? So let's start with that analogy, right? You wake up, what would you want to do? And why would you wait to start doing it? Why would you wait? Why would you wait to be the best person you can be? Because if I could give you the best gadget, what would that gadget be? What would be the thing that would be like the coolest thing to have? Right? The newest tech, the newest iPhone, the newest iWatch, the newest car, the newest Tesla Model 17 S4G, because you're gonna be frying your brains in those things anyway. So where are we at, guys? Because I'm at the time machine level. And then if you had a time machine, right? Why would you need to go back? Because, oh, I would go back and fix this and I would do this and that. Well, if you really believed in yourself, you wouldn't need to go back and change, because you're able to start whatever you need to do from right now. and you could get there from right now. You don't need to go back and change something to restart or have a better advantage. Like, yeah, it might have saved you a little bit of time, but there was no reason why you can't continue on the path right now and you would put yourself in a time machine to go back. Because you're already traveling through time. If you really look at yourself, you are yourself. You go to sleep and you wake up the next day. Your body is like a time machine. So we're already living it. And the thing is, we only have one amount of that existence. So why are we half-assing it? People are half-assing companies. People are half-assing relationships. People are half-assing everything. When are people going to start being like full capacity active? Because like there's no reason to be ripping people off. There's no reason to be killing people. And then, you know, you digress into this, oh, people are just animals at this point that just know how to talk on the phone, pull a trigger, and drive a car and run over your ex, because there's no capacity or room for morals, ethics, values, anything of that. Because we're not raised by families and towns anymore. We're raised by the internet, and we're losing that completely. We're losing it so fast, so quickly, and that's what they want. They want us to be desensitized, injecting ourselves with sex change hormones and all this crap, eating literally chemicals, because at this point, I've given in too. I'm like looking at the ingredients and I'm like, yep, it's a bunch of crap. And then I'm like, well, you know, I feel guilty because now I'm like stuck eating this crap. And then I'm thinking about it and I'm like, dude, there is so much ingredients in here that are literally synthetic chemicals that I grew up on, like sugar, stuff like that I could read, and people before me even grew up even simpler ingredients, and now I'm seeing hexadridyl calcium phosphate, and I'm like, okay, that's all right in ramen, right? And then I go ahead and eat it, and then you feel like stupid because it doesn't digest. It's literally your stomach churns it for 4 hours to 6 hours in your stomach. It just churns it because it doesn't even break up. The noodles don't even break up. They're so gelatin, they just absorb more. I don't even want to talk about it. How I know is they shoved a freaking tube down someone's throat after they ate ramen, and they kept shoving it back every 30 minutes and to check up on the food, and after 4 hours it was still undigested. So imagine that. I mean, listen, you're starving, you're hungry, you can't afford anything. I agree, go for it. But at this point, like, that's not healthy at this point. And then people are starving in a cave and they make it out. And so it's an illusion to consume food the way we do. And to achieve pure cognitive function, you actually have to fast for like 3 days. Then your brain capacity and your awareness level opens up a little bit more, because now you're in like tweaking in your survival instincts into your play. And so what's going on is like you're tricking your body into like needing to acquire more aptitude to find food, like hunting. So, you know, you'd be faster, a little bit more perceptive, a little reflexes a little faster, eyesight a little bit better, all to catch prey, because that's how core our instincts are. So we have been pushed from our instincts so far that we don't even know what's intuition and how to use it. And there's just good intuition. There's people that are trying to take advantage of you, and sometimes there's just intuition that says like, hey, listen, I don't really feel good about this deal, and people still do it. Not once, not twice, but 3 times, and they get burned by the same person, same business, and it's just stupid. Like, I get it. But there's a difference between someone who you hire, let's say as an electrician, right? You hire them as an electrician, and they come to your job and they do a good enough job that you hire them a second time. And then they like screw up a little bit, and they're like, oh well, all right, and you're in desperate need of someone new, and they're cheap, and whatever, you try again, and then they screw up even worse. You got to pay for the guy, for another electrician to come and undo the work and redo it the right way. So you being cheap by $50 to $100 on a quote is costing you like $6,000 in extra labor and upset clients. So it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Just like do the due diligence. And then let's say, all right, you know what? It's a big difference from that to some guy who you've been using already 9 times and they done great. And then it's the 10th time and the guy's like, you know what? I'd appreciate an extra, like, little like $200-$300 bonus. I've been giving him such cheap work. Why, that's it. I'm just gonna purposely screw the job and screw this guy over a few $1,000s because he's being cheap on me, and I thought, I help him out. He'll rub my back later. After nine jobs, and like you're undercutting the guy, and you're making a good, you're hitting him in the head. You're driving with a branded truck, and you're like bragging about your 2 mid-sized, whatever, mid-engine Corvettes or whatever you want to talk about, and then he wants to screw you over to the point where the job goes bad, the inspector comes, it's not done the right way, it's got to be fixed, more work needs to be done, same thing as the first scenario, but now it's the 10th time. Did you expect him to do that? Like, no, like, yeah, you can put his business under, but at the same time, your business gets put under. So there are people who are willing, like, have nothing to lose, even if they own a business. They're willing to burn their own business to prove a point to you. They're willing to get into an altercation with you that would hinder themselves just to prove a point. It's like an attraction magnet, Stupid attracts stupid. So don't be stupid to attract the rest of the stupid. And that's very helpful advice. That is a very helpful advice, folks. So if you're in this time machine, we're traveling through all this crap, why aren't we just being due diligent in everything we do? Like, instead of making a car that's like a car, why aren't we making a car that's like completely recyclable? So when you bring the car to a dealership, they're giving you $3,000 to $4,000 in trade-in value anyway. So why can't we have where when we bring the car back to the dealership, we can get that money back, and the dealership can be like, okay, and literally disassemble the car and be able to recycle it completely? Because what's happening is all these parts are ending up being recycled in some way or fashion in Africa. Because they're literally taking PCs apart and lighting them on fire as whole components, and then they're just pulling the molten metal and refining that and grabbing gold from it, to be honest. So might as well just do it the right way from the start. And if we just did that, we would be in a wholesome place. But right now, our dollar is our God. The money is our God. And think about it, they literally put that on the freaking on the currency. In God we trust. In God we trust. We are worshiping the dollar because instead of thinking about the planet and what we should be doing for the planet as a business, okay, I'm going to be a paint business. I'm going to have to find a way to buy and convince my customers that it's not safe to be using all these exterior. And you know what? If you use my business and you need to repaint the house, I'll give it to you half off. And guess what? Every 5 years, you can change the color of your house. And I'm going to be in business. We're going to keep the planet safe. We're going to be happy. Biodegradable paints, so what, it'll wash off in 4 or 5 years. I'll come and repaint it for a quarter of the price or half off or whatever. Hopefully we'll have enough people that you can have a paint service that's a subscription. So you pay monthly and you have a painter on standby, just like a retainer for a lawyer. So we can outthink the problems in our life if we just focus on it and do the due diligence. And that's where we're at, guys. I'm going to conclude this hour-long freaking shebang-a-malang to a closing. I don't know what chapter this is, but I think I expelled everything I had on my mind, and I'm gonna have to do my errands for the end of the night, and we'll carry us off into some more bullshit the next day, and we'll see where we go. But that is our closing statements, because I'm tired of people, and I'm tired of seeing people with no intelligence around me, and I gotta facilitate that, because it's like, maybe I'm the dumb one. Maybe I am the dumb one, and the way I see things are not the way it's supposed to be, and I am stupid for it. So maybe I'm the stupid one in a room full of intelligent people. So in a world full of intelligence, I'm the disabled handy moron cap. Because I have nothing else, guys. Because honestly, if it's not for you, then I don't even know what the hell is the point anymore. Because I can't educate myself any further. I can't, I mean, obviously in the direction of like being a lawyer or a cop or something like that, like, yeah, I can further pursue those credentials, but in the sense of like understanding and seeing things and the perception of things, I kind of see them as I see them, and it's kind of hard for me not to call things out, and so I'm going to be doing this to call things out. Because I can't just sit here, be a bystander, and witness life the way it's showing me, and I'm here like, look, is this real? Because I'm going crazy. I'm becoming delusional at this point, because I need some confirmation that it's real. So I know real life is real, but is it really real like this? Because it's not mine right now. I can't believe this. If it is, then it's not mine. This is crazy. It's like a movie. Guys, it's like watching a freaking movie. So I can't make it up. So hopefully we can get this channel to some equity where we can have like a 24/7 camera crew, and then maybe we'll climb Mount Everest and snowboard down it. No, I'm not doing the snowboarding down it. Maybe not even climbing it. Maybe we'll come visit. We'll come visit maybe base camp 1 and 2, and then be like, maybe we'll come back and do base camp 3. But we're not climbing Mount Everest. We figured it out. We're not doing it. It's not worth it. This cold, this 14-16 inches of snow is not worth it, because that's how much can fall in one evening on Mount Everest. So it's like, you know, I'm gonna be sweaty, you're gonna be changing your clothes in a little tent, and then some of the videos I saw, the wind is so freaking strong. I cannot imagine the tent not flying off. Like, what the hell did you have it anchored to? Because like the rope would snap, the thing was feathering so crazy in the wind, it was just like delusional to even be sleeping in it. Like, you're better off sleeping in a sleeping bag, because at least you won't be blown off, because there's so much drag on the tent. It acts like a parachute in the wind and will just pull you off in it, and you'll fly into the air off the mountain. And people still do it. Maybe that's why no one camped at Mount Everest peak. Plus there's no room. Imagine you're crawling and there's a freaking tent on the peak. Crazy, right? Well, maybe iShowSpeed can do it. So guys, conclusive, we're doing okay. We're gonna be back online. We're gonna be hopefully churning videos out, and you're gonna be annoyed by my notifications, but hopefully you stay subscribed. All right guys, closing in and out. Bye.